Hi, I'm Sallie Glaner. Hi, thanks for having me. Again, they changed the title when we shot. It was called Crazy Pageant Moms, and I think this was, yes. So while we were shooting The Kept Mistress Killer, Ken Sanders, who's one of the producers, asked me about, or said to me, because I was talking to Jeff Hardwick, the casting director, and saying how it's fun to play the monster. And Ken, it got back to Ken, and Ken was like, "Oh, so Jeff tells me you're interested in playing something um, more bad girl type." And I'm like, "Yes." I mean, because it's so much fun. It's so much fun to play the bad guy. So when they went to go shoot Crazy Pageant Moms or Nightmare Pageant Moms, Lyndon Ashbury was the director on that, and I had worked with him on The Heart of the Manor, which was also through Ken and Jeff in 2020. And so it was great to get to work with Lyndon again. And he said, "Oh, I just wanted to offer you the role, but we needed you to audition." And it was just so much fun. And also the thing that attracted me to playing Rebecca Bordeaux in Nightmare Pageant Moms is because I do have a pageant background. I was Miss Cape Cod in 1990 in the Miss America program, and a couple other titles along the way. But it was just kind of fun to play this quintessential pageant mom nightmare, and several of the contestants and actresses also had a pageant background. So we just all kind of just had fun, like with our pageant sorority sort of feel on set. And playing Rebecca was like, she's won 17 titles, and she's just not inherently bad, but just misguided. So it was just really fun to play her because she was just so mean. With recent projects, I played in the Love Gala, the mom to Lisa Wilson, who's a wonderful actress, and I actually got to be her mom in not only the Love Gala, but also The Hand That Robs the Cradle. And those were two, that was like the nice rom-com, nice and light and lovely and happy ending story. And then it was The Hand That Robs the Cradle, which was a little bit more, or a lot more thriller, totally different, but I still got to play her mom, and we've got such a great working relationship. But I really loved playing Margaret Lord in the Love Gala, who's the CEO of this high fashion magazine, and Lisa plays my daughter, who's up and coming. And anyway, just the mother-daughter relationship there, kind of the through line with my mother-daughter relationship with Alicia and The Kept Woman Killer. I don't have children, so I've had the opportunity to play mom to these beautiful, wonderful women that are now my daughters. Moving forward, we just kind of have that agreement, even though they all have their own moms, but I'm kind of like an honorary mom to them, and I love them dearly. So the Love Gala is one of my favorite projects, recent projects. Also, Home for Thanksgiving. It's an independent film that's available on Tubi, I believe, and I think it's on Amazon Prime. I'm not quite sure, but I play the lead in that, and it's just a great story. It's an indie film, so some of the technology or the cinematography isn't what one might be used to, but it's a really good story, and I'm the lead in that, and got to just play this depth of character throughout. So that's another favorite. And then probably my all-time favorite, it was I play Lady Luck for Halloween Horror Nights 21, which is Universal's Halloween celebration, and every year they come up with a new icon, or they used to, a new icon and a theme throughout the scare zones and such. And so Lady Luck is this film noir sort of femme fatale that lures men in particular into her her trap, and then she turns into a monster and kills them. And I had to go through the process of getting prosthetics. I had 3 different prosthetics on my face and the airbrush, and 3 different contact lenses as my character transforms into this monster. I had very long acrylic nails. My hair was long at the time, and we dyed it red for the character. I mean, there was so much that went into that, and she was just this great, fun monster that I got to play. And friends with children would be like, my kids are afraid to see your commercial. I'm like, well, good. And if they don't listen to you, then tell them that you know me personally, and I'll come over there. So I had a lot of fun with Lady Luck. Gosh, it's the first thing I wanted to be when I grew up. I was probably about 5 years old or so when Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical Cinderella was on TV, and I just fell in love with that whole the whole story. Of course, I grew up with Cinderella anyway, but seeing Leslie Ann Warren play Cinderella, and it was a stage production that was filmed. And then my mom had the record, and so I'd play that record over and over and over again. And then I, with my little friends in the neighborhood, produced and starred as Cinderella in our neighborhood production. I just knew that's what I really wanted to be. When I was young, I was more shy and reserved, and I just didn't think that I could be an actor. And just somewhere along the way, I think in my college years, I outgrew that and decided, no, that's what I want to be. And so that's where, going back to the pageant stuff, I got into acting through modeling first and taking acting lessons because I had these pageants and I was afraid to say my name at the microphone in front of a live audience. So that's kind of how it all just evolved and brought me back to, this is what I've always wanted to do. So let me do that. And I was about 23 when I had that realization, and my family was great. My parents were very supportive. They're like, Sallie, go for it. What have you got to lose? Just go. So that was about 30 some years ago. So I guess I'm on the right path. They're all different. It's like apples and oranges. Lady Luck, I loved her just because, I got to transform into this monster. The Hand That Robs the Cradle, getting to play that character with her good intentions gone awry. And I just really love playing the mom in Home for Thanksgiving, as well as Margaret Lord in the Love Gala. I mean, they're all special, and it's like, how does a mother choose which child she loves the best? Yeah, they're all just special. They've been great roles for me each time that I've done them throughout my career. Do it. Just the computer is a great resource. Go online, look up what does it take to be an actor, what do I need to do, and then just start doing whatever you can. It was different when I started out. I started out in community theater. I lived on Cape Cod, and there was a really healthy, strong community theater community throughout the Cape. So I learned from retired Broadway and retired vaudeville actors. So my first play was A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, and it was just such a wonderful opportunity and learning field. Just learning from my fellow castmates who were just brilliant and wonderful. And the gentleman that played Hysterium in that, I was competing in the pageants at the time, and he just kind of took me under his wing and offered me song suggestions, and he was just a great example of the type of actor I wanted to be. So I think for anyone starting out now is just wherever you can start to go ahead and do so. Community theater was a great opportunity to learn how to develop a character. And I think it's easier to translate from theater to film because you're going from big and then to small. It's a little bit easier, I think, than the reverse of that. Something about my new projects. I wish I could. However, I don't have any. Screen Actors are striking, as well as the WGA. So right now, all of that theatrical stuff for me and many others is on hold for the moment. But I look forward to talking to you again and filling you in on whatever my next project may be. Thanks for having me, and keep watching.